The 1909's Great Hoax. Have you heard of it? The Phoenix Gazette featured two articles in March and April 1909 regarding the discovery of a massive underground castle that was hidden away in a Grand Canyon cave. In the first piece published in March, only G.E. Kinkaid and his adventures down the Colorado River are mentioned. The story also mentions that he made some intriguing archaeological finds, but no specifics are provided. The second account goes into greater detail regarding Kinkaid's journey down the Colorado River, during which he found an old buried city in hand-carved caves. Watch till the end as we unveil the shocking discovery beneath the Grand Canyon. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Famous archaeologist and explorer G.E. Kinkaid received backing from the Smithsonian, the country's national museum. He frequently visited the Grand Canyon to speak with the Hopi tribe because he was so interested in them, and as a result, he naturally got to know the Hopi chief. President Teddy Roosevelt, however, sought to declare the Grand Canyon off-limits to all logging and mining operations in 1908. Congress would not declare the Grand Canyon a national park for another 11 years. At the same time, Kinkaid received a very profound revelation. The claim was that a megalopolis existed below the Grand Canyon. The chief further stated that the city seems to have developed a very long time ago, and that the Hopi ancestors did not construct the underground metropolis. Kinkaid, who had developed a keen interest, inquired about the city's entrance and other details, but the chief unfortunately refused to divulge any further information, explaining that it was a family secret. After the president's announcement, Kinkaid thought there might be one more chance for adventure, so he rented a boat and traveled through the Grand Canyon and down the Colorado River. He attempted to determine the position of the entrance to the underground city using the limited knowledge he had learned from the chief, and it was near Green River Canyonlands in Utah that he started his journey in quest of the entrance to the underground city. When he traveled, there were no man-made structures like the Glen Canyon Dam, so he and his assistant could freely navigate the river in a wooden boat. Before the region was permanently closed off, Kinkaid wanted to see what he could find in the canyon because it was rich in minerals, including gold, silver, and copper. Kinkaid saw stains in the sediment formation about 2,000 feet above, roughly 40 miles upstream from the El Tovar Crystal Canyon. He secured the boat and stepped out to inspect it. Kinkaid was unable to locate a trail, but after a brief journey, he discovered something intriguing that was hidden by desert vegetation: steps. A lot of them are sculpted in sandstone, steps that climbed up the edge of the canyon to a high shelf. He continued down the stairs until he got to the entrance of a cavern, a constructed entrance. After entering the tunnel, Kinkaid lit his flashlight. The walls had writing on them, but it wasn't written in English or by a Native American. Hieroglyphics from ancient Egypt were used. When Kinkaid raised his flashlight, he could see how far the tunnel extended. This is perplexing because Kinkaid described the city as having an Oriental or Egyptian taste, even though it's commonly known that the Southwest is home to several Pueblo ruins and cities that belong to many different tribes of Pueblo people. Mummies, a shrine with a person sitting cross-legged clutching a lotus flower or lily in each hand, hieroglyphic writings, battle weaponry, and copper tools with sharpened edges as hard as steel was believed to be found in the hard-carved tunnels, caves, and city. After finishing his exploration, Kinkaid, who was well aware of the archaeological importance of such cultural turmoil, asked the Smithsonian for help. After examining the information given by Kinkaid, the Smithsonian got started on planning to send out an important second expedition. A local Arizona newspaper, the Arizona Gazette, published an article after learning that a megalopolis existed beneath the Grand Canyon in the United States. Thus, Kinkaid started the second underground city exploration with Professor S.A. Jordan and about 30 Smithsonian investigators on board. Even more unexpected facts were discovered during the second investigation. They came across a very wide open chamber. As they were exploring the basement, there were numerous mummies wrapped in linen within. The mummies were 9 feet tall on average. In addition, the fact that all the mummies were male suggested that they belonged to an ancient civilization with hierarchies. Kinkaid and Jordan were persuaded that the mummies were proof of an old civilization of giants because of the sheer number of mummies in rooms. Having heard legends about the existence of a society like this, it has been suggested that the underground city should have room for at least 50,000 people. Unfortunately, they were unable to thoroughly study every space. There were other areas that were unsuitable for exploration, such as tightly guarded rooms and rooms that could only be accessible from above. Thus, the vast number of rooms was not the only issue. The Smithsonian, however, has no records of such an expedition or that they took part in any Grand Canyon underground city excavations. The Smithsonian, however, has dispatched numerous teams to investigate the Native American sites found in the Southwest and the Grand Canyon. If Middle Eastern or Asian culture showed up in North America approximately 4,000 years ago, it would undoubtedly turn the course of human history upside down. However, it seems improbable that a place dedicated to studying and interpreting history might cover up such a discovery. It is interesting that after the second excursion, no new details regarding the underground city were revealed. This happened as a result of the Smithsonian informing Washington, D.C. officials about the exploration details, who then ordered the immediate sealing of the cave. Many patiently awaited, thinking Kinkaid would expose the truth. But since his disappearance, neither news about him nor any evidence of his exploration could be located in any media. This led the public to form two main opinions. Many people believed that either Kinkaid's discovery of the underground metropolis was a fabrication, or that the government was covering it up. But once more, the Smithsonian provided significant financial support for the official exploration, in addition to having its facts reported in local newspapers. Of course, Kinkaid also served as a legitimate archaeologist. Additionally, in the majority of fake news incidents, organizations or people profit from misleading data. The information about the megalopolis beneath the Grand Canyon, however, was not beneficial to even one person. The subject was not covered in any books, TV documentaries, or films. In addition, Kinkaid himself has abruptly vanished without a trace. The Tower of Set, the Tower of Ra, the Horus Temple, the Osiris Temple, and the Isis Temple are just a few of the Egyptian-inspired architectural structures in the park. Other intriguing features include Cheops Pyramid, the Buddha Cloister, Buddha Temple, Manu Temple, and Shiva Temple, as well as locations in Haunted Canyon. Could there really be a link here? One Hopi Indian myth claims that before the conflict between the people of One Heart and the people of Two Hearts, their ancestors lived underground in the Grand Canyon. The cavern's roof was pierced by a tree that the One Heart tribe's chief made grow. The people of One Heart dispatched a message to the Temple of the Sun to request rain, goodwill, and a blessing of peace. But the messenger never returned. According to legend, the Hopi people will receive their ancestral lands and homes when the messenger returns at some point. Was the information in the stories fake? We are quite sure that John Wesley Powell, the first person to explore the Grand Canyon, made note of countless caverns while traveling downstream. He and his crew undoubtedly found archaeological relics from earlier civilizations, such as a well-traveled route, ruins, hieroglyphics, and some pottery fragments. Since Powell's discovery, the Grand Canyon has been the subject of in-depth research. Within Grand Canyon National Park, more than 400 Native American sites dating back as far as 12,000 years have been discovered. Is it possible that Kinkaid's interpretation of the cave's beginnings was incorrect? Yes, it is. The description of mummies and the Asian influence that Kinkaid notes in the newspaper article, however, does raise questions. According to popular American textbooks, the Grand Canyon's ruins represent nothing more than an Indian civilization. Yet, if Kinkaid's assertions are accurate, the site represents something much more significant than just an Indian culture. It's an underground metropolitan region that might hold the knowledge of extremely old civilizations, possibly even that of humanity. Is there a link between North America and Asia? Or Egypt? If so, has the truth been concealed in any way? The lack of subsequent publications may be due to the fact that this buried metropolis is actually a local American site that has been identified and is being preserved for the local people. In any scenario, the reason the Phoenix Gazette articles were printed is still a mystery. Do you think this discovery is real? Is there a connection between Kinkaid's sudden disappearance and the underground city? Let us know in the comments. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful and amazing discoveries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.